closer and you still got us in the shot ready.
Alright.
Walk in there?
Yeah.
That's no way I'm coming.
What?
Alright, so we're here at the Grub Factory. My name is Alan. I want to start out by saying that I've been eating vegan food since I was about 18 years old. I've been to vegan restaurants in every major city in the country, from DC to Chicago, Florida, Los Angeles, the list goes on. And I have to honestly say, you know, not being biased at all, that this is definitely by far the best vegan restaurant I've ever eaten at. The food is spectacular. It's amazing. But it's not just the food, it's also the story behind it that makes this restaurant so amazing for me. I mean, the food is definitely top notch. Let me just say that. The macaroni and cheese, ridiculous. The chicken sandwich I just had today, awesome. You don't even have to be vegan to enjoy the food here. That's what makes it amazing. We brought our family here today. We drove all the way down from New Jersey, 3.5-hour drive with our family with us. Our family, they're not particularly vegan, but they definitely said that they would come back. They said that they would bring more people. So the food is really good, even if you're not vegan. But if you are vegan, it's heaven on earth. So I want to get a little bit into the story that behind the curtain, what brought this about, how it got started, the people that are involved. So if you don't mind, please share with us a little bit about the story behind the scenes.
First of all, thank you for that compliment, that word of encouragement. It's always good to hear. So you've been vegan since 18?
Since I was 18.
3 years?
So I'm 41 now, so that's 20 plus years.
20 years, all right. I was first introduced to veganism in 1984. Didn't even know what the name for it at the time. I was 11 years old. But there were brothers that cooked, and I watched them. And I just learned how to prepare and season things, you know, and it just became a part of my life. But you know, fast forward to 2007, 2008, well, you know, I've pretty much been cooking for myself all those years. I bumped into my brother Ronnie in our organization, Pan-African Liberation Movement. I wasn't a member at the time. I was just coming around because I liked what they did, I liked how they operated. And they would do these vegan, they would do a carol meal, like a potluck, like 4 times a year. So everybody brought a dish. So, you know, I kept finding myself saying, who made this? You know, that was him. And he would be like, well, who made this? And I'd be like, that was me. I remember one year we did like a competition. And, you know, I would come in first, or he would come in first. And so I put a bug in his head, like, you know what, we should hook up and sell dinners on the weekend. He was like, no, I don't like this. Well, it took 3 years of me putting bug in his head, and he was like, all right, let's try it. So, you know, we started selling dinners on the weekends. Then that evolved into people asked us to come out and vend at their events and sell food there. And it was, you know, it was picking up some momentum. It was called H2O at that time. I'm here with Ruiz and Ronnie. And the organization, we had now become a member of the organization PLN over the years. And the organization stepped to us and was like, we see what y'all doing here with the food. We actually had plans in the making for a restaurant, but y'all have already stepped out there and done it. So we would like to know how you feel about the organization putting up the funds so you can grow, but it become a joint ownership type thing. And at the time, it was probably about 8 or 9 members, including us too. So it was a thought, you know, it was like, okay, well, this was our thing, you know, just me and you, but now to relinquish that for the greater good and to bring in all the resources of the organization, it was a decision. And we decided it was the best way to go, you know, because one part of the organization, excuse me, a large part of the organization is study. And we study, you know, African ways, African customs, African traditions, and African culture, specifically before invasions. Not just before the Europeans, but before all the invasions. So who we were at our core. And one thing that we could not deny, to our core, we are a communal people. So here was a chance to be part of a larger communal institution, so to speak. So we decided, yes, that was the way to go. And 3 years later, we opened the doors to the Grub Factory. Now we did this with the funds that we were raising through vending and selling dinners on the weekends, through contributions to the organization, and the organization putting up finally the money that was needed to open it. So we borrowed no money from any banks. This was all community funded. This was all, black money. And this is what we have for it. Celebrating our 1 year anniversary today on May 13th, 2018. So, it's a lesson, for us to actually manifest something that, it started as a thought, started as an idea of mine. It turns into something larger. And you add in the right people and the right chemistry and the right knowledge, and it manifests into something larger. And now, we employ members of the organization and children of members of the organization right here. So it's still a family-oriented institution. Everyone here, most of them I've known for no less than 2 years or 3 years. Some of them I've known since they were children, 7, 9, 12 years ago. We feel good about what we're doing here. We plan to, Harriet Tubman it. We rescuing people off the plantation one at a time. We just brought our brother in a few months ago, member of the organization. We opened up another location or bring some more people on the plantation. This be our source of income and our source of reaching out to the community. Sharing some knowledge, some information, socializing, interacting. The community has their events over here. So it's just a hub. It's a socialization hub. And it came together because we're studying and applying what we're studying.
So I know last time we talked, I remember you told me something about some of the guys being incarcerated.
Oh yeah. Well, the organization began behind the wall. We like to say. Here's a organization that learned of it behind the wall, and it manifested when Brother Imhotep Fati came home from prison into an institution outside the wall as well, and that was in 2004. So we were going strong out here for 14 years. I joined the organization in 2010. I learned about it in 2007. What's up, Bob? How you doing, man? It began as a study class and an institution to teach, brothers behind the wall, what it is to be African, who you are, how we should behave. That's a big part of behavior rectification. Because we have a lot of folks that will study and that will pontificate or, regurgitate what it is they've studied, but they're not allowing it to transform their behavior. This institution is a testament to us transforming our behavior. I used to think as an individual, I was a capitalist. I was a bank manager. I was a financial planner. But when I learned about myself and I learned about who we are as a people, I was able to turn that into all those skills that I had acquired into something that works for the community as opposed to working for me. So it's key that we allow the information not just to accumulate like data on a hard drive, but that we allow it into us, allow it to transform our behavior, and it gives us an output that reflects that which we learn.
I think that's one of the parts that's so amazing for me, because knowing what I know about what goes on behind the walls, it deteriorates your spirit to the point where you almost have to become one with that environment to survive. You almost have to take on an animalistic nature. And it says it's designed to rehabilitate, but it seems to do quite the opposite as far as the experience is concerned. So to come out of that and be able to manifest something such as this on a level that it's operating on, to me is nothing short of amazing. For some brothers that may still be in that experience or may recently be coming out of that experience, what kind of inspiration can we offer them to that you may have used? I know you talked about the behavior modification aspect of the organization, but what kind of inspiration can we offer them to help them transform that vibration or that experience into possibly creating something or moving in the same direction that you guys are moving in?
That may be beyond my realm of expertise, but if I could offer any advice, I would say get with an organization. Kwame Ture taught us that even if being with a bad organization is better than not being with any organization. Because at least you can see things that they do well, things that they don't do well. But we have to move as a unit. You cannot move as an individual and accomplish much in this society. So you have to find folks that move on your frequency, that think as you do, that move as you do. And always be on the search for that. When you find it, you'll know. And grow. You know, just allow yourself, as brothers, we have to have circles where we can be vulnerable with each other, where we can let each other know what it is that we struggle with. Imhotep, the leader of our organization, just came out with a book, African Manhood in the 21st Century. And what it does is it outlines the attributes that a man should have in this environment, in this context, being warred upon. And it's a nice handbook. We can look at it and say, okay, I need to work on this. Or, okay, I'm strong here. All right, well, I need to get rid of that. We need a standard, we need a code of conduct so that we can, you know, be men and do what men need to do. Because, you know, that's where we're falling short. You know, even our women, they're reacting to a lot of our boyish mannerisms. The children, you know, the boys run amok because the men are not present. We as African men need to step up, and there's a handbook for that now. But that's what I would say. I would say find you an organization, find you a core, get you a standard of behavior that you know is congruent with what it is that you want to accomplish. And don't be afraid to be checked. You know, don't be so defensive when you're being checked. You know, you have to look at it and say, look, am I wrong here? And then go about improving it.
Very good. Very good. Let's get back to the food.
All right.
Now I know your recipes are top secret.
Oh yeah.
Last time we talked, I tried to get a little bit of info.
You brought the camera with
you do a good job of keeping it top secret, right? So let's just run down some of the menu items for those that haven't had a chance to eat.
Okay. Well, you know, we do breakfast all day. We look for our niche. You know, something that was not being offered on the whole in the vegan community.